Muy buenas a todos, bienvenidos un día más a Genshin Impact. Vamos a proseguir con el evento de los poemas y hoy nos toca ir al acto 2, Pesares en la hojarasca. En teoría nos va a tocar investigar cierto espíritu o aparición fantasmagórica que ha visto Chongyun, así que tengo cierta intriga por saber qué será. Veamos. Disfrutan de su paseo inspiracional mientras contemplan el paisaje. Al poner sus poemas en común, una ligera sensación de pena irrumpe en mitad de esa atmósfera abundante de melodiosas risas. Veamos. Tenemos que ir de nuevo a la puerta de piedra, ¿verdad? ¿O hay que esperar? Espera al día siguiente entre las 8 y las 10. Vale. Vamos a ponernos a las 8 y 11. Venga, ¿por qué no? Vámonos. Perfecto. Vale, hombre, estaba conversando Paimon. Vale, vamos a ver. Yo también tengo cierta curiosidad por saber qué es lo que vio Chongyun. Aunque yo opino que va a ser un espíritu o un fantasma, pero quién sabe. Quizás sea un fuego fatuo. Vale, está aquí toda la gente reunida para el siguiente día de las poesías. Veamos. ¿Qué nos cuentan? Sí, en verdad, a las 8 de la mañana ya todos listos, ¿eh?
As soon as that leaf floats past Stonegate, we shall reveal today's poetry theme. The theme of the second day of the neighboring nation's congenial poetry gala is pairing couplets.
Ajá.
Pairing couplets. Oh, I've heard of that. It's a Liyue art form where you have to create new lines of poetry based on fixed rules. Kind of like a fill-in-the-blanks game, but for poetry.
Heaven and earth, rain and wind, the endless sky and the boundless land, forest boars and ocean shrimp, lavender melons and matsutake shrooms. Based on a given line of poetry, you must create the second line to form a pair, or couplet. As long as you take inspiration from the wide world around you, you'll find it's not so difficult.
Hombre, realmente hacer pareados no es muy difícil,
The
¿no?
two lines should be neatly matched, complementing each other both semantically and rhythmically. In essence, it's just like most other forms of poetry. To buoy your imaginations and allow the winds of inspiration to fill your sails, we've added an additional component.
Oh.
An inspiration walk.
An inspiration walk?
By inspiration walk, we simply mean wandering around in the wild, taking in the scenery and pocketing any poetic thoughts. Of course, to all our friends, old and new, please be careful while out and about. Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is already fully booked for the month ahead, and if there's any more demand, I'll be the only one with a smile on my face. In short, please roam freely as the mood takes you. Enjoy the spectacular scenery
Vaya
of the
tela.
two beautiful nations, and fill your imaginations with the most pleasing of poetry. We will all reconvene here tonight. Traveler, can you round up Singcho, Chongyun, and the Mondstad contingent? I have a favor to ask of you.
Oh, is it that thing from yesterday?
Claro, para eso estamos.
Thanks. I'm counting on you.
Tras un rato consigues reunir a todos y les describes la situación.
We hope that each of you can keep an eye out for this while you're out on your inspiration walk.
Are you sure this is okay? It was just something I ran into, and now we're imposing my business on everyone else.
Oh, please don't say that, Mr. Chongyun. Master Jean ordered us to work with you however we can to improve cooperation. Helping each other out is exactly what we're here for.
Besides, investigating any strange occurrences near Mondstad and making a report to the Knights of Favonius is also part of our job.
I don't mind either, because while we're out, I can look for new cocktail ingredients too.
Oh.
Just think of it like an outing with friends. It'll be fun.
No hay nada malo en dejarse ayudar.
The way I see it, you should just humbly accept their willingness to help.
All right. In that case, thank you all very much. I will be sure to repay your kindness someday.
Now, how about we split into 2 groups for the day?
You mean to
¿Puedo
go
elegir
for a
equipo?
ground?
Not just that. Don't forget, this is still part of the poetry gala. If we all see the same sights and sounds during our inspiration walk, how can we write unique poems?
Eso es
That's
verdad.
true. But how do we decide who goes in which group?
Why don't we draw lots?
¿Puedo elegir yo?
Things even more fun!
Drawing lots? But what if I end up with the Liyue crowd? And I can't think
Me
about
parece a mí que va a
the
mezclar entre Liyue y Mondstad, que es lo suyo, ¿no?
I've got the slips of paper here. Who wants to go first? Oh, Paimon! Paimon wants to go first!
Cada uno de los presentes toma un papel. Y casualmente se va a formar un equipo mixto, ¿no?
So that's the Traveler, Paimon, Diona, and Chongyun in one group, and Xingqiu, Mika, and Noel in the other.
Bueno, no se han mezclado
What a
mucho.
relief. At least I'll have Noel with me.
Then I humbly place myself at your instruction.
Esperaba que se separasen Noel y Mika, la verdad.
I don't think... that won't be...
I also await your guidance.
Ya tengo ganas de que comencemos con nuestro paseo
Take
inspiracional.
care, everyone. See you all tonight.
Vale.
Did anyone forget to bring anything? If not, then let's get going. Dun, 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 dun. Come on.
Wow. Are those ears and tail real? So fluffy. All right.
Sí, pero no toques la oreja de las orejas ni
Is
a
there
cola, que no le
someplace in
gusta.
particular you'd like to go?
Just call me Diona. Since we're trying to find that thing you saw, why don't we start with the place you saw it last time?
Y adiós, Capitán Chongyun.
Captain. Hey, quit messing around.
A ver si lo que vio fue la sombra de Xiao al desaparecerse. Vale, a ver, tengo que ir hasta el lugar de incidente que está a tomar viento, vale. Pero dice, sigue a Chongyun, ¿está para aquí caminando? No, ¿verdad? No, tiene pinta. Pero me pregunto si haciendo el paseo caminando habrá frases y eso, o si simplemente tengo que ir hasta el sitio y ya. No parece que vaya a haber mucha interacción, ¿no? Más bien no va a haber ninguna. O tampoco es que estemos muy lejos, la verdad. Eso me lo quiero llevar. Que me hacen falta los núcleos de cristal. Turu, turu, tu. Vale, podemos cruzar por aquí. Sí, en verdad podría haber cogido un TP, ¿eh? Porque no hay ni una sola conversación. Claro, yo cuando me han dicho sigue a Chongyun, he pensado que habría algún tipo de... La típica conversación de cuando vas avanzando simplemente aparece el texto y ya está, ¿sabéis? Pero no. Bueno, así es más inmersivo, ¿no? Al fin y al cabo estamos buscando inspiración para hacer unos pareaditos. Delante. Aquí es donde empezó todo, entiendo.
Right over there, next to the water. That's where I saw it. But it was a little foggy at the time, so I didn't get a clear look.
The view from here is great, but there's kind of a gloomy atmosphere around here. Is this the kind of place you like to take a walk?
I wasn't taking a walk. I come here to train.
Train?
Like how knights train for combat?
It's a bit different. As an exorcist of Liyue, my training involves practicing techniques for the exorcism of evil spirits.
Exorcism?
Ajá.
I've always wanted to demonstrate the power of exorcism, but it's a pity. I've never actually gotten the chance.
Changyun is 1 in a million. He has pure yang spirit, so as soon as he gets close, evil spirits run and hide.
Ujú.
Isn't that a good thing?
It's awful. Have you ever heard of an exorcist that's never seen an evil spirit? A lot of people think I'm a fraud because of this condition of mine.
Your physical constitution is far rarer than the techniques still passed down by exorcists today. You should treasure it.
Conqueror of demons.
Is that a friend of yours? Yep, this is Xiao, an adeptus of Liyue. An adeptus? Wow, I've never seen one of those before. Hello, Mr. Adeptus?
Just call me Xiao.
So, are you here to train too? Or are you out for an inspiration walk?
When I heard about the exorcist's encounter, my suspicions were roused. That's why I'm here. I've
Ajá.
already informed the owner of the inn. If you see anything out of the ordinary, return immediately and leave it to me.
I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to drag even the Conqueror of Demons into this.
I have already patrolled the area and found nothing amiss. Either the anomaly you encountered was no evil spirit, or perhaps it already left.
I guess that means we came all this way for nothing.
If there's no other business, I'll be taking my leave now.
Únete a nuestro paseo inspiracional, hombre.
Yeah, you should come. There's no one else around here anyway, so you don't need to worry.
But
¿Pero qué? A ver.
I would also be honored if you joined us, Adeptus Xiao. It is a rare opportunity, and I have many questions about exorcising evil spirits that I would like to ask you.
Igual no le apetece hablar de eso.
fine.
¡Ole! Le hemos convencido. Mira tú qué fácil.
Seems like this adeptus is pretty shy. Or maybe all the adepti in Liyue are like this.
Bueno, más o menos. Unos más que otros.
Yay!
What? When did this become my team? Now that Adeptus Xiao is joining us, if anyone's team leader, it should be...
Don't overthink it. Diona, didn't you say you wanted to find some new ingredients? Yeah, I don't get to come to Liyue very often, so I want to gather some new ingredients while I'm here. I've heard that Liyue's Jueyun chilies can set your throat on fire. Is that true?
Vaya tela, qué mala que es, tío.
Give it a try.
Ha hecho risa de villana.
Julian chilies. I'm not sure that would taste very good.
Really? Perfect! Let's go pick a whole bunch of them.
¿Quiere fastidiar el vino la tía? ¿Se le ve venir?
As well as Jueyun chilies, I also need some slime condensate or loach pearls.
Are those really fit for human consumption? This is starting to sound like something Shangling would make.
No, no están pensados para que los humanos se los coman, no.
A touch of frost.
Useless.
Pero Diona no piensa en que se pueda alimentar la gente. Diona piensa en fastidiar el vino para que nadie se emborrache.
Okay, this should be enough.
Diona, you seem really committed to, making alcoholic drinks
Creo que no se trata de eso,
available to
Chongyun, no
people
lo has
of all
pillado.
tastes.
What? No, never! I hate alcohol! When grown-ups drink too much, they get that stupid drunk look on their faces, can't speak clearly, and don't even respond properly. Sometimes, they just sleep on the floor all night. Alcohol is the root of all kinds of evil. So, I'm on a mission to mix the most disgusting drink in the whole world and show everyone just how awful alcohol really is. Nothing can stand in my way. If it means coming out to Liyue every day to pick fresh Jueyun chilies, then so be it.
Is it really worth all that effort?
Buena pregunta.
Yeah, because all my previous efforts have failed. Those stinking booze hounds not only haven't woken up to the truth of how bad alcohol is, they even keep raising my drinks. It makes me furious!
But how is that possible? If this is the kind of stuff you're throwing into their drinks, it must taste absolutely vile, surely.
Are you calling me a liar? Well, if you don't believe me, I'll fix you a drink right now. Then you'll see.
No need.
Just
Por hablar.
wait.
Oh no. Is she really going to add those Jueyun chilies?
If her claims are true, perhaps she too possesses a unique constitution of some kind.
Claro, para hacer bebidas
To do
alcohólicas.
with her. Unless she's under the influence of some kind of power? Maybe an evil spirit.
No, I sense no trace of the demonic in her. Although there are traces of something else. Something rather special. In Liyue, we might say this child has adeptal affinity.
It's ready. Here, I made one for Xiao too.
Y estará buenísima, no me digas.
Oh boy. Look at that color. Yep. She definitely added Jueyun chilies.
What's wrong? You're not allergic to anything, are you? Don't worry, there isn't even any alcohol in it. It's a slime condensate base with a seasoning of Jueyun chilies and finished with frog legs.
¿Cómo que ancas de rana?
Surely there's no way this can possibly taste good.
No se esfuercen a beber eso si no les apetece.
Xiao downed it in a single gulp. Oh, great. If the conqueror of demons drank it, it'd be rude of me to...
Venga, Chonjun, no te lo pienses, pa' dentro. De un trago.
Chongyun drank his too. Is he gonna be okay?
This drink is...
Delicious! It does have a touch of Jueyun chili, but it isn't at all overpowering. It's completely different from Xiangling's cooking or those drinks Xingqiu makes to mess with me. It's crisp and refreshing, with just a hint of numbness, and the Jueyun chili flavor combines with the smooth but not slimy texture of the frog legs to form a heavenly mixture.
Pero ¿cómo metes ancas de rana en una bebida, por
Can we
Dios?
talk about the slimes? Before this, I never knew that they had such a pure and herby taste, like fresh grass after the rain. The power and purity of nature distilled into a cup. Amazing! Simply unbelievable!
Se ha emocionado mucho, ¿eh?
Slimes are absolutely sublime. Oh, I failed again. But wait, what's gotten into Chongyun? He's been so quiet up until now.
¿Estás bien?
I'm great, and I gotta try another. Diona, if you please, one more.
Siguiendo los órdenes, Diona le sirve otra bebida refrescante a Chonjun.
Okay. I think I've calmed down a bit. I'm sorry.
A ver, que no pasa nada, Chonjun, tranquilo, ¿te has emocionado?
It's fine. My fault for not checking your spice tolerance first. Oh, looks like this pure yang spirit isn't such a great thing to have after all.
Actually, before I drank it, I very much doubted what you said about your drinks.
Who'd have thought it? Diona and Chongyun are actually kind of similar.
Hmm?
Xiao? What's wrong?
Look over there.
You mean
¿Qué es
the...
eso? ¿Una hoja así?
Something's written on it.
What? You can see that from over here?
A ver, veamos. Que tiene una pequeña interrupción, será mejor que la recojamos para ver qué dice.
Oh yeah, or it'll get swept away.
Me pregunto qué tendrá de importante una hoja. ¿Tiene un poema escrito, me ha
There's a
parecido?
poem written on it.
Ah,
The conqueror of demons has truly amazing vision.
ah, interesante. Interesante, interesante. Poema en una hoja. El cielo quedó sembrado de un jardín de estrellas, bellas como flores y danzarinas como abejas, en busca de sueños tan dulces como el néctar. Aquella noche conservábamos la ternura del rocío de la mañana, y mientras los rayos de luna caían sobre nosotros como hilos de miel, nos susurrábamos dulces palabras en la orilla del manantial. Pero entonces me marché para no regresar, y el poema que albergaba en el corazón quedó sin recitar. Desde aquel entonces, la luna permanece fría como el hielo, y las estrellas no volvieron a tintinear. Las escondí en las profundidades del agua, pero tus lágrimas lograron encontrarlas.
It sounds like the author is writing about the first time they met their true love.
Although the following lines suggest that they didn't end up together.
Why write a poem on a fallen leaf?
Porque
The
es un
flowing
buen
waters
sitio
are
también para
ruthless.
escribir, ¿no?
They carry the leaves away with the current. This poem would likely have vanished into the void had we not found it.
Bueno, pero igual lo ha puesto cerca de nosotros y no lo ha puesto en la zona de rápidos, Xiao, compañero. Igual lo ha dejado aquí alguien mientras nosotros estábamos entretenidos y se ha escondido. Podría ser también.
It makes no sense to me.
Seguramente su prioridad no era que alguien lo leyera.
That's true. I've heard Singcho say something similar before. When there's things that you're unable to say, or just never had the chance to say before it was too late, if it can be put on paper, it can be expressed as poetry.
Is it kind of like wishing at a fountain? I used to do that sometimes when I was little. So, that means that our mystery poet was probably hoping that someone would read it, right? You think? Then, should we write a poem and reply?
Hombre, no sería mala idea.
But we don't know who wrote it. How can we reply?
Why not go upstream?
Buena idea. Hombre, habrá venido de arriba el
The
poema,
ink
claro.
looks fresh. It can't have been written too long ago. This withered leaf floated down with the current. If we travel further upstream and drop a leaf into the same waters, it should be carried down past the original writer.
Bueno, o no.
Aw, this is so romantic! Communicating with a mystery person using
Pero ¿por qué debería del poema llegar hasta donde está el autor original?
make sure that they'll receive it.
We can write extra copies and drop the leaves in different places. As they say, where there's a will, there's a way. Surely at least one of our leaves will find a path.
Either way, it's our only option.
Then let's make like a tree and head upstream!
Vale. Dirígete río arriba para responder el poema. Hostia, está lejísimo. Bueno, pues nada, vamos a tirar de TP. Vale, perfecto. ¡Wow! Pero bueno. Cazado. Por atacarme por la cara, niño. Yo simplemente he venido aquí a dejar un poema y me tiene que atacar un jabalí. De verdad.
Upstream, upstream, up we go! Oh, did you think of what to write yet?
De hecho, ya ha terminado. Poema de respuesta escrito en una hoja. Las luciérnagas iluminan la oscuridad, como rocas que permanecen inamovibles entre la corriente del río. Si las palabras se cumplen y los sentimientos no cambian, hasta los más pequeños logran vencer las imponentes penurias de este mundo. Ojalá que vuelvas a disfrutar del dulce abrazo de la luna.
Ooh, great! Now give it here, and Paimon will toss it into the water!
¿Adelante? Cuidado, no hagas glu glu glu, Paimon. Xiao sabe algo que no nos ha compartido. Todo gracias a tu consejo, Xiao.
Things you never had the chance to say before it was too late. When silence is the final word, we mourn the loss of things unheard.
Xiao, se te haría muy bien esto escribir poemas, ¿eh? La verdad
I
es que sí.
have little talent for, nor knowledge of poetry.
The leaf's in the water! Look, it's like a little boat. Merrily, merrily down the stream, life is but a dream.
We should probably pick up the pace. We still have a few more leaves to set afloat, and we need to get back before it gets dark.
Okay, let's go! Uh-huh. What's this? You two having a private chat?
No, it's nothing. I just hope this isn't all in vain.
Oye, Paimon, sí, estábamos teniendo una conversación privada. ¿Qué pasa? ¿No podemos tener una conversación privada Xiao y yo? ¿O qué? ¿Verdad? Me pregunto, todo este misterio qué será? Tengo... A ver, supongo que será algo sencillito al final, pero ahora mismo no tengo ninguna pista de quién puede ser o qué.
Please wait a moment. I'll pitch the tent.
It's an inspiration walk. There's no need for all that.
Okay, well, I'll conduct reconnaissance nearby to ensure this area is safe, and see if I can't scavenge any firewood or food while I'm at it.
Wait, reconnaissance?
It means survey the environment and plan our route forward. It's the foundation of all operations while out in the wild.
Are all inspiration walks in Mondstad this complicated?
Eso digo yo.
They're acting like this is completely normal. Am I the weirdo here?
Yo creo que son ellos.
I'll conduct reconnaissance with Mika.
Huh? Oh, okay then. Crumbs. Now I have to try and make small talk. Should I mention the scenery? The weather?
Very well. Then leave the camp to me.
¿Pero qué campamento? ¿Qué es un paseo inspiracional? ¿Por qué
So,
haces un
Xingqiu,
campamento?
Do you, go on inspiration walks often?
I do. I always get bored when I'm cooped up at home. So I head out for a stroll.
Y ahora con Noel cuando acabe la
Life gets
conversación.
busy. You have to steal a moment of leisure when you can.
Cool. Oh, over there, firewood.
A ver, Noel.
Have fun, you two. I'll have the tent set up soon.
Pero esta gente no ha entendido lo que significa paseo inspiracional. Significa pasear para coger inspiración, no montar un campamento y hacer un picnic. Digo yo, ¿eh? Mira, vamos a ir con Mika, que no lo tengo. Creo que no lo tengo, creo que no me salió.
Providing cover fire.
Y si lo tengo, no lo he subido, básicamente. ¿Qué Mika lleva lanzas y su E es una ballesta? Vale, la leña está justamente donde hay un montón de Illichur. Si es que...
Final warning.
Madre mía, esta gente va a tardar 10 años en cargarse a esta gente, a estos gentusos.
Time to act. No, my sword.
Engaging.
Ta.
Ring cutter. Body and mind.
¿Puedo tirar la ulti a ver qué hace?
Team.
No me ha quedado muy claro qué es lo que hace. Me he puesto como una plumilla. Madera fina y seca, ideal para encender un fuego. Se cogen ingredientes de los alrededores. Claro, yo me subo aquí arriba, que seguro que es el sitio más adecuado para obtener ingredientes. Para ahí veo unas vallas que siempre vienen bien. ¡Pop!
With this wood and the food I brought along, we can definitely put together a decent lunch.
You've got quite a knack at wilderness survival. I'll give you that.
Thanks. I was on an expedition with the Grandmaster of the Knights of Favonius for a while, not too long ago. I was in charge of surveying and mapping.
Oh? You sound like a character from an adventure novel. Charging across the world, sword in hand.
What? No, I'm nowhere near as amazing as all that. If I really run into a powerful enemy, I always leave it for someone stronger to deal with.
You're too modest, Mika. A hero is measured not by the blood on his sword, but by what's in his heart. As long as a righteous heart that yearns to aid others beats within your chest, no matter where you go or what you have achieved, you may be called a hero.
That all sounded pretty profound. Well, I've never even thought about any of that before.
Hello? Are you okay? Maybe we should return, lest Noelle be forced to wait on us.
Efectivamente.
Oh, sure.
Ah, cuando Noel ha construido una tremenda casa ahí, gigantesca. Pues casi.
Time to act.
Casi, la verdad. ¿Pero de dónde ha sacado el material para construir esa tremenda cabaña, tío?
But you're back. Did everything go smoothly? Do you need a cloth to wipe the sweat from your brow?
No need, thanks. All clear. There's no danger in the vicinity.
Encienden una hoguera y preparan algo de comer los tres juntos. En un santiamén ya tienen lista una deliciosa comida.
Well, your cooking is amazing. Every single dish is so tasty.
Truly astounding. I never imagined it was possible to enjoy such a satisfying meal in the great outdoors.
Really? Then what do you usually eat when you're out on an inspiration walk?
Pues nada, porque se va a inspirar y no come.
Since I usually sneak out from home, I just grab some dried snacks to take with me. Add in whatever fruit I pick along the way, and that's my lunch.
By sneaking out, you mean running away from home?
That's right. Or sometimes I'll tell a cover story like, I'm going out to take care of
¿Pero
it.
por qué? Con decir que vas a coger
If you get
inspiración ya está.
caught, won't you get disciplined?
¿Y por qué sale...? Pues no lo entiendo.
So, just don't get caught.
Huh. Anyway, did anything interesting come up while you were out scouting?
Well, Xingqiu and I talked about what it means to be a hero. Now that I think about it, by Xingqiu's definition, you should be considered a hero too, Noelle.
Huh? Me?
You're always happy to help everyone in the Knights of Favonius. Not only that, but whenever we're out training, you help out the citizens of Mondstad. Oh, remember that time when a giant boulder was blocking the road? You cut it in two with a single blow.
Oh? Sounds like she has both a heroic spirit and incredible martial prowess.
Don't. Oh, please don't praise me like that. We should talk about what we came here to do. Finding inspiration.
Miss Hu Tao said something about pocketing our poetic thoughts. But so far, all we've done is gather some firewood and cook lunch. I have no idea what to write.
You can write about anything. Looking at Cor Lapis, one can't help but wonder if one's own heart is as bright and clear as jade. Observing silk, so bright and beautiful, one pauses to consider whether it ever feels the sadness and sorrow that humans do.
So we have to connect our internal world with the external one?
Exactly. But that's just one of many possible methods. Perhaps you might gaze out at the bridge in the distance and see a woman leaning on the railing, looking as if her heart is laden by sorrows that even the rushing waters below cannot wash away.
Huh? Wait! I saw her at the gala yesterday. She wrote one of the riddles we answered. Why don't we go say hi?
No será la que ha escrito el poema en la hoja, ¿verdad? Pero vamos a ir con Noel a hablar con la joven. Ya estamos aquí.
Hello, ma'am. How fortuitous it is that we meet again.
Hello. Are you here on your inspiration walk too?
Yes. Allow me to introduce ourselves. I am Xingqiu, and this is Noelle and Mika.
Thank you for accepting our answer to your riddle yesterday.
Oh, don't mention it. It's all in good fun. I'm Kelly Rowe.
Caliroe, qué raro el nombre.
Miss Caliroe, are you from Fontaine?
That's right. I was traveling in the area and just happened to see there was a poetry event being held at Stone Gate. It looked fun, so I thought I'd drop in.
Your riddle yesterday made quite an impression on me. It was uniquely evocative. Have you studied Liyue poetry before?
I haven't, actually. I've just picked up a few things here and there from chatting with people throughout my travels. Amazing! So you're a natural poet.
We noticed you standing on the bridge from quite some distance away. Are you drawing poetic inspiration from the flowing current beneath your feet?
I haven't finished my poem yet. The water here was just so peaceful and calming. I stopped for a moment and lost myself in admiring it.
Well, since we're all here, why not head back with us to the venue for tonight's festivities? It's getting late after all.
Huh? Are you sure?
Hombre, ya es de noche.
We can walk and talk. Perhaps the mingling of ideas will give rise to new inspiration.
I'd personally like to hear Miss Caliroe's couplet. I'm sure I can learn something. Well, if you're all in agreement, I've got no reason not to join you.
¿Nos encontraremos la hoja que ha escrito los otros? ¿O no? Ah, pues no. Esperaba que se la encontrasen, la verdad.
Woohoo! The first team is back, right on schedule.
Huh? The others have yet to return?
Come on! Let's hurry!
Oye, no falta alguien. ¿Y Xiao?
Oh, we're not too late, are we?
Just how far did you all go?
Everyone catch your breath. Come on, deep breaths. 1, 2. Now, don't panic. The party hasn't started yet.
We made it! Oh, Paimon's exhausted.
¿Cómo puedes cansarte de flotar?
Paimon gets tired if she has to fly too fast.
Querrás decir flotar rápido.
Oh, not to mention dropping all those leaves. Paimon's hands are cramping up. Sounds like someone needs to exercise more.
Efectivamente.
You guys picked up a new teammate while you were out?
Indeed. This is Caliroe. I believe you'll remember her from yesterday, though you weren't introduced.
Hi, everyone.
Oli.
But you're not the only ones who's called in reinforcements. Look who we got! Wait. Xiao? Where'd he go?
Y ahora se dan cuenta.
Xiao, come on out!
Déjale, que le gusta estar desde la distancia.
Now that we've all regrouped, let's... Scratch that. Looks like we're still waiting on my co-host.
They say roosters crow at first light, and finches go to bed at night. But Director Hu Tao's always on the ball. Anytime, anywhere, she'll answer your call.
Are the theatrics really necessary? We're already on day 2 of the festival. The opening ceremony is over.
But my dear, dear Paimon, it seems you are not yet aware. That was not for my own sake, but for a special guest who's joining us today.
Ajá. Onda,
Director
estás
Hu's manner
only.
is as exuberant as ever. It always makes quite an impression.
Oh boy! Now this is a surprise.
Mr. Zhongli, I hope you are well.
Xingqiu, what can you tell me about Mr. Zhongli? He seems like somebody very important.
Yes, he's held in very high regard in Liyue Harbor. He's extremely erudite in many different domains of knowledge. Allow me to introduce you all to Zhongli, a consultant at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. His expertise is limitless, stretching from the celestial orbs to the terrestrial ores, spanning modern and ancient culture, delving into literature both prosaic and poetic. He may be my subordinate.
Sospechoso todo eso, ¿no?
Certainly a qualified poetry expert, and so we have invited him here tonight to judge the compositions.
The director exaggerates. I am but vaguely acquainted with a few lines of classical poetry. Should you consider me to be remiss in my appraisal of your own compositions, please correct me.
Yeah, enough with the modesty already. If I didn't know better, I'd say you seemed nervous. Just focus on judging.
Please rest assured that I shall rise to the occasion, Director.
Let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great! Equal numbers on both sides.
Huh? Are you counting me too?
Anda, anímate.
Okay, fine. But consider this a favor.
¿Qué quieres decir con eso, Diona? ¿Tenemos que devolver el favor o qué?
Fontaine friend present. Perhaps we should rename this event to the Three Nations Congenial Poetry Gala. Also, I'm just noticing that Paimon should only count as a half teammate at most. That kind of puts Team Traveler at a bit of a disadvantage. Well, how about this? I'll join in as well. Director Hutao, here to help out in your hour of greatest need. What does everyone think?
Naturally, the more the merrier. Being the host of the festival shouldn't stop you from having the chance to enjoy it like the rest of us.
Then, it's settled. Everyone else in the audience, feel free to join in too and support your favorite team.
What about me? Shall I keep track of the score?
No need for that. The teams are just a formality. We're all friends here, and this isn't intended to be competitive. But what do you think, Judge Zhongli?
I concur, Director. Moreover, it would be disingenuous to impose upon our friends from Mondstad and Fontaine a competition in which they are judged on how rigorously they can adhere to Liyue poetic conventions. Since this is a congenial poetry gala, should we not begin with inspiration and finish with friendly conversation? The aim being for all participants to enjoy themselves.
That's a relief. I was so nervous about this, but it sounds like it's gonna be pretty relaxed.
Bueno, yo no me relajaría
I've
mucho.
asked for a better judge. Zhongli said everything I was supposed to say, only far more eloquently. So, without further ado, I shall pass the baton to Venti.
No problem. Friends old and new, put on your thinking caps and take a deep breath of fresh air.
A ver.
The second stage of our poetry gala will now commence. Matching couplets.
Perhaps I could break the ice with a humble contribution to inspire others to share their brilliance.
Sería guapo que uno haga una frase y otro tenga que terminarla. Eso sí que molaría bastante.
Please listen to the first line in the couplet. Lounging in luxury inside a Shinue kiosk booth, delighting in countless contemporary tastes.
What? He managed to think of one already? Oh,
Tampoco es tan difícil, Mika.
real expert at this.
Shinue Kiosk. Should that be paired with Liyue Pavilion? Or are they too similar for a couplet? Oh, this is pretty difficult.
Va a ser más o menos lo que yo decía, ¿no? Tenemos que ir emparejando, haciendo pareados. Con lo que ha dicho el otro.
I guess I should pair the modernity of their VIP dining experience with an emblem of the past. Ah! Maybe where I was training that one time. That was quite ancient. The weather was terrible that day. Okay, I got something.
Ajá.
Surrounded by history, outside a Tianheng Pass pavilion, as lightning sets the boundless tenebrous skies ablaze.
Wow! Changyun completed the couplet!
Shinue Kiosk is a renowned modern restaurant, while the mountain pass of Tianheng is a prominent historical landmark. These two iconic locations form a complementary pair. The imagery also contrasts rather well between the two halves of the couplet. One half describing a leisurely and comfortable indoor scene, the other portraying a hazardous outdoor scenario where there is no protection from the elements.
Huh? I was just describing what I experienced that day. I guess I just got lucky. All right then.
Lo sé con suerte.
I guess I'll start the next couplet. Mind pines for Mingyun, flesh confined to Qingse, spirit striding high on Zheyun's clouds.
Oh, Changyun, you dark horse. Looks like you came to play today.
This conjures the image of one with lofty aspirations, whose life is limited to a small town, but who awaits the opportunity to one day ascend above the clouds. The use of various locations for their symbolism is quite novel indeed.
Oh! Soul shines like jadestone, dressed in finest silkware. Lucent heart still beats within me now.
Wow, how did Noelle do that?
A superb line. It employs the metaphor of precious stone to describe one of noble and moral character, with a pure and clear heart. The symbolism in this case is centered around objects, truly the work of a skilled poet.
That was a commendable couplet.
All thanks to your guidance while we were out on our inspiration walk.
I'd like to start the next couplet.
A ver,
Up into the misty karst, down among the grassy marsh, all for lotus seed and bird egg soup.
le toca a Diona, ¿no? Sí, claro, este le va a tocar a
Lotus
Diona.
seed and bird egg soup? What is it, Diona? Did you think of a second line for the couplet? No. Everyone's poems are so complicated. I need more time just to understand them. But when I heard lotus seed and bird egg soup, it made me think of berry and mint burst. Maybe because I mixed a similar drink recently.
Ya sé.
North beyond the Starfell Lake, south across the windswept plains, just for berries squeezed and mint infused.
No wonder everyone praises the traveler so highly. You answered so quickly.
Both halves of this couplet require intimate knowledge of the terrain in question and the local plants that may be found there. The two of you are clearly both seasoned travelers.
Does this mean I helped? Meowsa!
Ha sido de gran ayuda con este
Now,
pareado.
Zhongli, don't just praise everything you hear. You should question and press them a bit. Don't worry about upsetting anyone. After all, I'm here to take the heat. Allow me to try another. Qingxin has no heart. Still, it soothes the human heart.
Is she talking about the medicinal effects of Qingxin? This is a hard one to match.
El chinjas chin chin significa corazón. Sin embargo, ellas no tienen. Ya lo tengo.
Sweet dream is no dream, yet it nurtures people's dreams.
Sweet dream. Does that really match?
Since the suitability of the match has been queried, I shall act according to the director's wishes and ask you, what is the link between Sweet Dream and Qingxin?
Dulces sueños es un postre. ¿Y qué?
Oh, you mean eating a delicious dessert before bed will make you sleep well, right? You're amazing!
No, creo que se refiere a eso. ¿O sí? La razón por la que todos dormimos tranquilos cada noche es porque Xiao está ahí para protegernos.
Then I agree. The two halves of the couplet match. This point is well deserved.
Points for me, points for thee. This judge gives out points for free. But if you ask me, everyone's being a little too conventional so far. Let's push the envelope a little. Go nuts!
Oh? In that case, why don't you finish this one for me, Hu Tao?
A
Round
ver.
moon in the heavens, full moon at night. Celebrate with circle of friends.
Oh, square meals in the basement. Big bowls of rice. Decorate with cuboids of meat.
Huh? What the?
Ah, we have ourselves a pedant's couplet. The two halves have no thematic connection, yet each word has its perfect parallel, meaning the two halves do form a cohesive whole. The strict pairings make this no easier to achieve than a thematically coherent couplet.
Blah, 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 blah. So verbose. Zhongli, just tell me if I got a point or not.
Of course you did. I presumed it went without saying.
Todo el mundo gana puntos, ya está. No hace falta más.
I walked 100 miles. At Gueli, I ended my march. In Dihua, the silver grass grows in 2 styles, but horsetails don't trot out the marsh.
From vendors, I bought some 15 steaks. At dinner, I sizzled the lots. At pressure, the tenderloin cooks in 2 ticks, but 15 won't fit in the pots.
¿Pero qué demonios? ¿Eh? Yo tampoco lo he entendido de la reacción, ¿eh?
So that's a pedant's couplet. Paimon thinks she can do that too. I thought of one.
Ojo.
Hooks can't hook Baron Bunny.
Eh,
That's a cute couplet.
no lo he entendido mucho
Sweet
tampoco.
flowers can't outsweet Sister Barbara.
¿Cómo?
Now, that's the passion we like to see. Although, unfortunately, your response was technically 1 word too long.
Eso digo yo.
In that case, Whopper flowers can't whop Jumpy Dumpty.
Oh, this Mondstadter's got talents.
I'm so relieved I at least managed to get one.
Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of clear springs. Wow, Noelle came up with another one! Come on, match the couplet. Paimon knows you can do it.
¿Y qué tal si os superas tú, Paimon? Eso digo yo.
Do you really think Paimon has what it takes?
Prueba con uno de esos pareados descohesionados.
Paimon will give it a whirl. Nestling by a roaring fire, scent of tea wafts from the stove, reading through the heart of clear springs. Seething in the pouring rain, sword of pain swipes at my foe, beating up the eye of the storm.
Bien hecho.
What? Really?
Yes, very good. The image of challenging powerful foes in the harshest of conditions seemed to manifest before my eyes, and it was perfectly juxtaposed against the atmosphere of leisurely reading with a cup of freshly brewed tea.
Really? Maybe Paimon has a knack for this after all.
No sé yo, ¿eh?
It appears that my services as a judge are no longer needed.
Eso parece. Entre risas y poemas, la atmósfera se caldea más hasta que cae la noche. El moderador anuncia que la actividad del día ya terminó y la gente se dispone a marcharse.
Paimon's so happy! Paimon managed to match a bunch of couplets at the end. You did hear them all, right?
I really enjoyed myself too. I never knew Liyue's couplet poetry was so much fun.
You were amazing today, Noelle. You did so many couplets. Paimon especially liked your one about reading Heart of Clear Springs. Paimon never could have thought of that.
¿Calirroe?
Miss
¿Qué pasa?
Are you okay? You look like you're getting tired.
Don't worry, I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Although, I do have a question I'd like to ask. Have all of you read Heart of Clear Springs?
Lo tengo en mi lista de pendientes.
I haven't actually read it.
My dad told me the story once. It's about a spring fairy and a young boy. Oh, yes. The story of a spring fairy who left her homeland and met a boy under the moonlight in a faraway land. The boy poured out his heart to her, and she listened to his stories. Over time, the boy grew up and began to develop feelings for the spring fairy. But the spring fairy didn't understand human love and was afraid that making a promise to him would ultimately end in tragedy. And so, I don't know if Diona's father mentioned the part about the kiss to her. In the end, the spring fairy left the boy and was never heard from again. Oh, yes, that's it. Many years went by, and the boy became an old man. But he never stopped believing that the fairy was real, and not just a dream.
Sounds like a tragic tale.
So, what do you guys think of the spring fairy in the story?
I'm sure she made her decision with the best of intentions, but the boy couldn't hope to understand why she left. It's a shame that the misunderstanding never got cleared up.
Well, do you think she should go back and see that boy again? If she ever had another chance?
Algo me dice que esta no es lo que parece.
Isn't he an old man by the end of the story?
Isn't it a bit late? What if it just led to more regrets? Oh, sorry. Oh, maybe I'm being too pessimistic.
If Paimon was that boy... Actually, Paimon would definitely want to see the Spring Fairy again, no matter how old Paimon got. After all, she's the love of
Opino
his
lo
life,
mismo.
right?
I see.
Oh? Looks like the party's still going strong over here. Are you coming up with more couplets? Need my help?
Stick to hosting, Tone Deaf Bard. If you get involved, you'll only match every couplet yourself and not leave any for the rest of us.
I never knew you had such a high opinion of my abilities, Paimon. But the couplet games are all over now. Tomorrow's theme is freestyle poetry.
¡Ojo! Freestyle, esa es la mía.
We have to share our own poems with everyone?
That's right. If you're not feeling confident, don't worry. It's never too late to register for Venti's Poetry Cram class.
I'll sign up.
Oh, me too.
Hold on there, Buster. Before you start peddling your classes, just how much freedom is there in this freestyle poetry exactly? Aren't there any requirements at all?
It's as free as the winds that blow. And there's nothing freer. There are no limits to genre, form, content, or anything else. So long as it comes from the heart, you're welcome to put it into poetry. Give it a try. There's no better chance to express your innermost thoughts.
Whoa, that's almost too much freedom. Paimon can't decide which way to go. Our travels? Or maybe all the food that the travelers cooked for Paimon. Will you come too, Kellyroy? Paimon wants to see what you write.
Oh, yes. I'll be there.
Ugh, my nose is starting to itch again. All right, I shall leave you to privately ponder your poems and bid you all good night. See you tomorrow.
Perfecto. Vale. Completado. Supongo que me tocará esperar hasta el día siguiente. Espera el día siguiente entre las 8 y las 10. Vale. Vamos a hacer el segundo de cada uno de estos, ya que estamos. Creo que va a ser lo ideal, ¿no? Y así no dejo todas las misiones estas de minijuegos para el final, sino que las vamos haciendo un poquito al final de cada episodio. Y ya estaría. ¡Uy, va! ¡Que se nos mata la Gida! ¡Curarse! Ah, vale. A ver. Jarroncitos. De hecho, me quedan... Desafío ceremonial parece que es como el último. No sé si eso dará recompensas o no. Veamos. Vasijas de 25 puntos. Vasija explosionadora. Vasija inquieta de 60. El aro bonificador, como siempre, al doble de puntos. Y el biombo estorbador supongo que es para que sea más difícil darle, ¿no? Vale, supongo que ahora nos explicará un momentito el mini tutorial en qué consiste cada una. Pero vamos, no veo mucha dificultad. Una vasija explosionadora diseñada por el organizador. Al romperla obtendrás 20 puntos. Al romper una vasija explosionadora, la onda expansiva romperá vasijas que hay dentro de cierta área. Las vasijas que rompas por medio de este efecto también contarán para la puntuación. Luego tenemos la vasija inquieta. Se mueve de un lado a otro entre dos posiciones. Al romperla obtienes 60. Y el biombo estorbador te impedirá golpear las vasijas con las flechas. Golpearlo un número determinado de veces para romperlo. Puedo usar No, no lo he configurado, así que voy a tener que usar el mando en vez de teclado y el ratón. ¡Wow! Se me soltó. ¿Por qué ha explosionado? ¿Por qué ha dado de delante? Wow, toma. Ah, no le he dado. Ahora. No. Ahora. Me cago en... Tenía que haber hecho este con el aro este. Jolines. Y le voy a... Me cago en tal. ¿Ya? Bueno, 1455, bastante pocho. Ha habido un par de vasijas que podría haber duplicado y no lo he hecho. A ver... ¿Hemos conseguido las recompensas todas? Sí. Así que es suficiente. Vale, que estamos, vamos a hacer también el 3, porque esto es rapidito de hacer. Y así... avanzamos, ya que nos quedan 2 para el último episodio, pues eso. A ver, vasija dragona especial diseñada por el organizador. Está en constante movimiento. Al moverse, engullirá el resto de las vasijas con las que se tope. Cuando una vasija dragona engulla cualquier otra vasija, esta no otorgará puntos de juego. Deberá golpear repetidamente para poder romperla. Cada 3 golpes consecutivos, la vasija dragona se volverá un poco más pequeña. Por cada golpe recibirá 5 puntos. Y por cada vez que la vasija dragona reduzca su tamaño, recibirá 20. Al romper efectivamente la vasija, recibirás 100. Vale, hay que romper las vasijas dragonas rápido, entonces. Yo debería haber puesto el teclado y ratón para esto ahora mismo, pero bueno. Intentemos hacerlo. Ay, hombre. ¿Puedo darle, por favor? ¿Qué más vale intentar ir? Vale, no es muy complicado por ahora evitar que las vasijas dragonas hagan el loco. Vale. No ha sido muy complicado, la verdad. Me esperaba que fuese más difícil. Pensaba que las vasijas dragonas irían más rápido y no. Han ido despacito y facilito. Perfecto. Vale, vámonos a estromanifestación. Esta que está aquí arriba. Con las espaditas o... con la especie de sombrilla más que espadas. Bueno, no es una sombrilla, es una pluma y un... ¿Y un mazo? Yo qué sé. Un símbolo extraño. Venga, va, vamos para adentro. La primera de esto fue bastante sencilla. A ver, aprendizaje análogo. Cuando un personaje golpea a un enemigo con un ataque normal, cargado o descendente, genera al azar una onda de choque piro o electro en la ubicación del enemigo para infligir daño en el área de efecto del elemento correspondiente. Ese efecto solo puede ocurrir una vez cada 2 segundos, ¿vale? Ajustes de equipo. Vamos a ir con... Vamos a ir con equipo de Cino, creo yo. Vamos a variar un poquito. ¿Dónde tenemos a Raiden? Aquí. Vamos a poner a este señor, a Nahida y a Cino.
Mind the side effects. Seems like an emergent.
Judgment is upon you. Guilty.
Los chances de tiempo. Ya me he quedado corto. Vaya por Dios.
Remember, health comes first. A bit of
Your sins weigh upon your soul.
Vale, como siempre, hay que tener en cuenta el cristalito.
Everyone hold hands. The duck
Judgment is upon you.
¡Adelante! ¿Dónde está el veneno mítico? Ah, detrás mío. ¡Oh, no!
Commit it to memory.
Taking a turn for the better. Mind the side effects.
Your sins weigh upon your soul. Your penance is due.
Menos mal que Fino pega unos castañazos, la verdad.
Your penance is due.
Sharing my knowledge.
Remember, health comes first. A bit of hope.
Judgment is upon you.
¡Basta ya! ¡Pop! Facilito para toda la familia. Vale, de este nos quedan dos. Creo que dejaremos los dos que quedan de este para el último... Para el final de todo. Vale, de la restauración pictórica hagamos este. Simbolismo de roca y cauce. Vale. Observemos. Está ahí delante, en la zona de agua. Menos mal que este y el de las vasijas son súper rápidos de hacer. El de combate es un poquitito de nada más largo. Tampoco demasiado. A ver. Buscar paisaje. Tiene que ser este, que tiene agua, digo yo. No. Es este aquí, vale. Perdón, que me estaba orientando hacia el sitio y yo no me daba cuenta. Vale. Esto ahí. Hay que fijar la puerta. Maravilloso. ¿Dónde está el siguiente? No lo he visto marcado en el mapa. Ah, que está aquí al lado. Vale, nos vamos a este TP y así vamos fácil. Cuando eso de que llegamos fácil, quizás un decir, ¿no? Fácil, fácil tampoco. Vale, está aquí al lado. Uy, esto aquí me lo voy a llevar ahora mismo. Vale, no hay más. Estaba mirando un poco por si ve alguna más arriba o algo, pero no. A ver. Este tiene pinta de que es... Este. ¿No? No. Tiene que ser este entonces. Efectivamente es este. Pim. La verdad es que ese círculo central no lo veía muy bien representado en la imagen, pero... Ahí. Perfecto. Y la última está para allá. Menos mal que está cerca de un TP, ¿eh? Y no me toca patear. Y está justo aquí abajo. Vale, observemos. Esto es la torre esa de delante. Ahí. Ahí tenemos el kiosquito de ahí abajo. Y ya tengo que encontrar la escalinata esa que está un poco más hacia acá. Maravilloso. La verdad es que molan los dibujitos estos de las zonas, ¿eh? Vale, hagamos el siguiente también, ya que estamos. Pues desde la puerta de piedra. Está en buen sitio para llegar. Veamos. Este tiene pinta de que es este de aquí. Claramente. Ese puente de ahí está ahí. Hola. Bueno, el árbol es un poquito más de la izquierda. Hay que encajar la torre. Y hay que encajar la catarata. Maravillosísimo. El siguiente... Ay, me he equivocado de sitio. El siguiente, ¿dónde está? Por ahí abajo, perdido de la mano de Dios. Espero que desde aquí pueda llegar fácil, la verdad. Vale, está. ¡Ah! ¡No! No te caigas hasta abajo, por Dios. Bueno, no es un ascenso muy complicado. Nos quedaremos con eso. De paso también tenemos especialidades para recoger. Arriba, arriba, arriba del todo. Y una nueva imagen que formar. Esta es la última. Claramente. Está el árbol ese. Pim. Esa escalinata que va por aquí. Y a ver si veo la otra que está más hacia este lado. Tiene pinta que es eso de ahí. Perfectísimo. Y el último que está... Vale. En la zona de las ruinas. Mola. Creo que está bastante claro que la presencia que detectó Chongjun va a ser esa supuesta persona que ha venido desde Fontaine. Y algo tendrá que ver lo del hada de manantial en la resolución de todo este misterio misterioso. Digo yo. A ver, la montaña, hay que intentar encajar el pico. A ver, más para acá. Ahí. Aquí tenemos este edificio. Y al otro lado tenemos la copa de ese árbol, que es la posada. ¡Perfecto! Y a recoger recompensas, ¿cómo no? Nos faltará la última, pero eso será en el siguiente episodio, porque tampoco voy a hacerlas todas a la de golpe. Lo bueno es que hemos conseguido ya el libro y dos de los materiales de ascensión, o de refinamiento. Nos faltan dos más que los conseguiremos fácilmente. Y también nos falta lo más importante de todo para mí, que es la corona de la sabiduría. Pero bueno, eso lo haremos en el siguiente capítulo. Creo que tengo aquí... ¡Ajá! Cosas del pase de batalla, que nunca viene mal. Uy, tenemos un deseo del permanente. Tirémoslo, ya que estamos. A lo mejor sale algo épico. Bueno, morado, me sirve. Herrumbre. Lo que tardó en salirme este arco ya me sale bastante a menudo, por cierto. En fin, chicos, vamos a dejarlo por aquí. Espero que os haya gustado el capítulo. Y nos veremos en el desenlace del evento de la poesía de Liyue y Mondstad. Hasta el siguiente.